Hey everyone, I'm back and I'm going to be catching up on all the movies that I've seen in 2019 so far, and I'll just get right into it. And I'm not going to be editing anything in this video because if you've seen my last video, you'll know why. So I'll just get on to the big movie that everyone wants me to talk about. Now the highest grossing movie of all time, Avengers Endgame. I thought it was pretty good. I felt that the first 30 minutes was kind of hit or miss for me because the tone was kind of jumping up and down, if that makes sense. Some of the humor landed, some of it didn't in that first 30 to 40 minutes. But once the film went along, that's when it started to get much better for me. And the CGI is mostly great, though there are a couple moments in which it's not. But I can overlook it because it's kind of just a couple moments. And if you're looking for a really fun superhero movie, then this is definitely the film to go to. It's an MCU movie. What else do you want? It's entertaining. It has it has a really fun third act, and there's really not all that much to talk about. Aside from the humor not always working for me, Brie Larson, I was willing to give her a chance in this movie just in case, like Captain Marvel, it was just a bad start and she just needed someone else to direct her. I didn't really like her in this movie either. I think she's probably the worst part of the movie, but she works in the action sequences and that's about it. So there's Avengers Endgame. I give it a B+. Despite my criticisms, that's really all I have to say about it. Moving on, we have John Wick Chapter 3. This is a John Wick movie. It has really phenomenal action sequences, and it's very well directed. There's not horrible editing. It's really entertaining and really fun. And if you're just looking for great action, this is the movie to go to. There's really not much to talk about. My only complaints with the film is that Keanu Reeves, he's not really that great of an actor. But in the action sequences, he works, but everywhere else... And I didn't like Halle Berry in this movie either. But those are really my only criticisms with the film. Go see it if you've seen the first two. This one's definitely going to keep you entertained throughout the whole thing. So I give it the same grade I gave Endgame, a B+, even though I like it a tad bit more than Endgame. Next movie up, we have Rocket Man. I don't think it's great. I think it's a good movie. I liked it more than Bohemian Rhapsody. And for those who don't know, I thought that movie was fine. And this movie had a better focus on what it wanted to be. Therefore, it made it more entertaining as opposed to Bohemian Rhapsody, which kind of felt all over the place to me in terms of what it wanted to focus on. This one definitely felt like it knew what to focus on, and that made it much more enjoyable to watch. Taron Egerton is great as Elton John, and As far as complaints go, the tone is all over the place. Sometimes it goes from like really dark scenes like Elton John going to kill himself, and instantly it turns into like as he's about to do that, it starts playing Rocket Man, and he shows like a little bit of his performance for Rocket Man, and it's supposed to be all upbeat, but we were just in a really dark scene like a minute ago, and just on a dime, just like that, Rocket Man burning out his face up here. But anyways, aside from that, and I feel as if there are certain elements that could have been fleshed out a little more, it was a good movie. Though I have similar issues with this movie as I do with Bohemian Rhapsody. This is definitely one I can recommend, and I would give Rocket Man a B. Okay, there's the end of the good movies. Now to get on to the bad movies. We'll start off with Child's Play. The acting is hit or miss. Mark Hamill is the best part of the movie. The character of Chucky is a mess. It's just all over the place, and really nothing in this movie makes any sense. The only entertaining parts is when Chucky is on screen. Whatever he's doing, he's entertaining when he's on screen. And there's some fun moments in this movie that are just like so ridiculous, and they're just death scenes, and they're just so ridiculous and, well, not really disturbing, just cheesy, fun, bloody moments in this movie. Moments like that are the best parts of it because they're just so ridiculous, and I was kind of laughing when that happened. But all in all, Child's Play, it has some good performances in it. Mark Hamill's the best part in it. The rest of it is horrible. The film makes no sense overall. The humor is some of the worst humor I've heard all year. And I have nothing else to say about this movie. I give it like a D, and that's kind of being generous-ish. And next movie up, we have Shaft. I haven't seen any of the previous Shaft movies that came before this, so I'm going to have to judge this as a standalone film, and as a standalone film, it's kind of a guilty pleasure. The best part of the movie is Samuel L. Jackson and that one other guy. I won't spoil the movie for anyone who hasn't seen it, but Samuel L. Jackson and that one other person, they're the best actors in the movie, and they are the best part of the movie. Our main character is incredibly bland, and the actor who portrays him isn't very good. Now that I think about it, a lot of the acting wasn't very good. But there are some really fun moments, and the film has a childish, teenage-level sense of humor. And I kind of have a soft spot for movies like that. I mean, humor like that, if it's done properly, and this film did that, and this movie's a bit of a guilty pleasure, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. So I'd give Shaft 2019 a C. It's the best it's gonna get. Okay, Annabelle Comes Home. I didn't like the original Annabelle that came out in 2014, if anyone remembers that film. Annabelle Creation I enjoyed. But Annabelle Comes Home, not so much. Out of all the horror movies I've seen this year, from what I remember, this is probably the one that was the most boring. It's not scary, save for a few moments. And those are kind of in the third act. There are some elements of the film that I liked. I liked seeing Ed and Lorraine Warren. They were the best part of the movie, even though they're like in the movie for like 5 minutes. I don't know why I said it like that. Just trying to have fun, I guess. There's nothing really to talk about. The acting's fine. There's no plot to this film at all. Things just seem to happen for no reason at all. The script is basically have random things happen, and there's really not much to talk about. I'll give this movie the same rating as Child's Play, even though I like it less because it's just so boring. And also one thing, this has nothing to do with the film, but the theater that I saw it at, one of the speakers wasn't working all too well, and whenever it was building up to a jump scare or you heard like rumbling, like the speaker you could hear like glitching noises or whatever. I don't know what you would call it, but I didn't say anything about it because it kind of made the movie a little bit more hilarious. It's like, it just feels like this pathetic build-up to a jump scare. And speaking of jump scares, this movie has quite a few of them. By the end of the day, I was going to tell them about that one speaker, but I forgot. Yeah. Annabelle Comes Home, I'll give it like a D. Pretty close to a D minus, but I'll give it a D. And that's really all that I've seen. The only film that I haven't yet talked about is Spider-Man Far From Home, but I want to save that for a separate video, so that's why I haven't talked about it yet. But anyways, if you enjoyed this unedited review, at the very least, I tried to make it entertaining. If you found it entertaining, good. If it didn't really work for you, sorry. But this is the best I can do. And if you enjoyed these reviews at all, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of any of these movies down below. I read to what you have to say, and my social media links will be in the description down below. So follow me there. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Stardust. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And I'll see you when I get my next review up, which is going to be Spider-Man Far From Home. Did I say Homecoming earlier? I don't know. It's Far From Home. I'll get that review up to you as soon as I get to it. But in the meantime, thank you for watching and have a great day.